So from today onwards, we are going to start a new tutorial of Creo Parametric module. In this tutorial, we are seeded how we can create an object or a part modeling or an assembly, sheet metal, surfacing, all this stuff we can see on this, that how we can create into the Creo Parametric module. So before we are going to start to creating a new model or new things, and we are going to start all the see that how all the commands are work, we need to see the basic stuff in the Creo parametrics. Whenever you just start a Creo parametric module, in this module you can see that here we have in the top we have a menu bar. In this menu bar, we have, let's suppose if you want to open a new file or open a previous file, creating a new file, saving a file, closing the window, you can easily able to done it from the here itself. Here, this is known as a folder browser. In this, we can easily able to go and select our folder where we want to save our files. This is all the display windows where we can easily able to see, and we can easily able to create a new object, and if the object which we are creating it show me here only. Okay. No, okay then. Now we are move forward to creating a new project, or basically we want to see the basic module here. So for this, we need to go to the new file. Okay, and after that, after the creating all this file, we see all the data tabs settings afterwards when it is required. So before that, we are going to the start a new project. So I want to create a new project. For creating a new project, my first thing is that we need to set the working directory in different softwares like such as CATIA and SolidWorks, NX, in the different type of module. We can first creating the object, and after that we can save the project anywhere we want to save it. But for here, what is happened? We need to create a working directory. So the first thing is that what is working directory? So the working directory is a directory where all the file or projects may be saved on that particular file. Okay. So for setting that, we have a two steps. First one is we can just directly go to this select working directory option. When we selected it, it show me the file or open a working directory. We can easily able to select anywhere we want and then just select OK. That's it. Then we need to go to the new for creating a file. So this is the first step you need to keep in our mind, that before creating an object, you need to set the working directory each and every time. If you are not setting a working directory, so what is happen? The Creo by default has some of the folders. Okay, it just save your file on that particular folder, or you won't be able to go there and just extract the file again, or maybe you cannot be able to move the file at the time of a save. So now we are move forward and see that how we can creating a new file. For creating a new file, you need to go to the new option. In this new option, we have a different modules also. Okay. So in this pop-up, are you able to see the layout, sketch, part, assembly, manufacturing, drawing, format, and notebooks? And apart from this all, we have a subtype also. So as per our module, we are first see the sketch, because we already know that, let's suppose if we want to create a 3D object, we require a 2D sketch. Yes or no? Let's suppose if we have an object, okay, if we have a 3D object, so we can't be able to create a 3D object directly in any of the software, whether it is a CATIA, SolidWorks, NX, or any other software. We can't be able to create a 3D object without the help of a 2D object. Yeah, these are some of the exceptions also there. Let's suppose you have a box command in the AutoCAD, you have a box command in the NX also. So this is the different thing. Okay, so it is a basically we can easily able to create the object and save into the directory, so we can easily able to extract it. But it is essential to creating the object. For creating an object, we need to create a 2D sketch. So first of all, we are going to see the sketches. So when I just go and select the sketch, are you able to see? We can't be able to see any kind of a subtype, because sketch is a 2D command, so it doesn't need any of the things. So for creating a sketch, I just provide the name or a file name which we want to save our file. So let's suppose I am providing a file name. Let's suppose it is a sketch. underscore 01. Okay, so we have a one. I have a one question. Why we are using this underscore command here? So let's suppose if I just deleted it and just press escape key here and try to OK, see it show me that illegal character sketch 01. Re-enter it. So in the Creo, we can't be able to use the space bar or a space command. See, what is happened? The Creo didn't recognize that the space command. For this, if you want to provide the space, you need to select the underscore command. Okay, then select OK. That's it. Now, are you able to see? We have just come to a new module here. Okay, we are again come to a new module here. This user interface is known as a sketch interface. So again, we are seeing some of the things. So this is known as a ribbon bar. This is known as a title bar. Here again we have a folder browser. Here we have a display tab. Here we have a command prompt. Are you able to see the successful change to this particular drive? Okay. So this is command menu which show you the list of error, whether you are saving a file or all the things. You can easily able to see here also. If you want to change the module, you can change it from here also. So this is all the basic UI for the Creo Sketch. But whenever you open a sketch first time in your system, you won't be able to see like that. Okay. So for seeing like that, I am doing some of the things, some of the basic settings, such as whenever you open it, you see the graded area, lock display, all these things. Now, this is like that only. Okay. So whenever you open a Sketcher, Creo Sketcher first time, you can see like that only. So here, let's suppose if you want to open a grid, if you want to see the grid, you need to select this floating key. In this floating key, we have a last option is known as a grid display, or this is a display tabs, where you can easily able to see the dimension display, constant display, grid display, vertex display, and lock display. Let's suppose I don't want to see the grid display here. So I just unchecked it. Now see my grid is gone. Similarly, if we want to see the dimensions, we can select unselected. But at the time of that, we are going to create an object. We are go through it on it. Now, similarly, in the menu bar also, we have a grid setting. If you want to set the distance between the grids, you can select from here, either in the form of a Cartesian, either in the form of a polar also. You can select any type of the grid style. Okay. So I just showing the grid. Now see, if I just select a polar form, see my grid display is changed now. It show me that the spider web like structure. So I don't want that type of things. If you want, you can change the number of a line, angle between them, radial direction, angle, each and everything you can change it from here. I just select a Cartesian, then select OK. I don't want a grid. So I just uncheck it. Now, again, we have a select. This is represent our mouse. If we want to select a one by one object, we can select one by one. If you want to select a chain, you can select this identity and it will select you throughout the drawings. Similarly, if you want to select all geometry, you can select from here. And if you want to select all of the things which are in the present in this particular title block or graphic window, you need to select this, then you can easily able to select it. But right now for our tutorial, what I am selecting is the one by one. Now, so first of all, let's suppose I want to create an object here. Creating a 2D object, we need a central line. So central line is used for creating or for the partition of our objects. It's help like a center line only. If you want to create a center line, you can need to just select the center line command, just selected it. And let's suppose I want to create it here. I just select it. Now see, it just create me endless length of a line. We can create in any of the angle. We can create the perpendicular, vertical, any of the things. Now see, when I just select this line into a vertical, we have a small symbol here. Okay, this is straight line symbol. Again, if I just move it to the horizontal, it show me that horizontal symbol. So what is that symbol? This symbol is basically represent me the constraints. So we just go and see that. Now see, When I just release the command, either the pressing of a escape key in my keyboard or just pressing the middle scroller button in my mouse. When I selected it, it showed me the distance between these two. And here we have a constraints also. So I just come to the grid display and just uncheck the second option. See, all the grid display is gone. All the constraint is gone. But as per in the drawing, we need to see the constraint. If you want, you can just select here. If you don't want, you can't be able to see. Now again, I just uncheck the dimension. See here, my dimension is also gone. But I want the dimension because if we create any kind of a 2D drawing, any kind of a 3D drawing, we need a dimension. So we need to show the dimension. I just selected here. Similarly, see, when I just move my mouse or my cursor here, are you able to see here we have a little bit blue line. Okay, when I selected it, it showed me something that HD0 is equal to 151.79 is a week. So what is the meaning of this week? Whenever we are providing the dimension, at the starting, this dimension is known as a weak dimension. Because it is a random generated dimension, we can easily able to manipulate it. Let's suppose I don't want this center line to be 151.79 mm. I want that it should be moved like that. Maybe 400, maybe like that. Any other thing we can easily able to manipulate it. Okay. Now, if I just selected it and type 200 and enter it, now see, my color is changed now. My dimension color is changed. When I just move my cursor here, now it show me the strong dimension. And if I just select the center line and move like that, see, it can be moved right now again. But what is happened? It just converted into a strong dimension. So what is the difference between strong dimension and a weak dimension? A strong dimension are those type of a dimension we can't be able to modify it. Okay. So we can manipulate the direction, but we can't be able to manipulate this center line up and down. Okay, we can only move that, we can restrict the dimension. That's it. And if it is a weak dimension, we can easily able to manipulate it. So this is the difference between a strong dimension and a weak dimension. Now, for creating of a line, we all know that we need to create a point. So this point command is used here. If you want to create a multiple point, you can just select a point command and select anywhere you want to create a point. So when I just unchecked it and we are just accepting the exit to the command, it show me the dimension. Same, if you want the dimension, check it. If you don't want, uncheck it. It's totally useful. Now, see here, why this dimension is used. Let's suppose I want that the dimension should be a 50 mm for this center line. See, it's just move here. Similarly, I want the line dimension. It is 170. Okay. Now, if I want to move it, see, I can manipulate it. So how we can manipulate it? Why? As I just recently tell you that the strong dimension are those dimension which we can't be able to manipulate it because we are not providing the constraint. That's why we can easily able to manipulate it. So at the time of a constraint, when we go to the constraint, we can see the what are the different type of a constraint here. Okay. So I just select all, deleted it. Similarly, again, I'm creating a center line. This is my center line. This is my center line. This center line basically help us to providing the dimension of our object. That's all. If you want to use the editing softwares, which we see in this tutorial also, and if you want to create or modify the object and all these things, with the help of this center line only, you can do it. Next, we have a coordinate system in the datum tab. So this coordinate system we can generally see on the 3D module. So when we are moving to the 3D module, when we are going to see the Creo cabling, Creo piping, all this thing, and that time this coordinate system is the most important. So we are just skipping it and move to the next command. So in this next command, we have now a sketching tool. Okay. So in the sketching tool, we have a different commands. This command is basically used to creating a new object or a 2D object. So my first command is a line command. What is line command? Let's suppose if I want to creating a line or a straight line, we need to select a 2 point. So by the help of this line command, we can easily able to create a line. So see, when I just unchecked it, again we got a dimension. Now I just delete this center line, deleting it. Now see, by the taking of a reference of this center line, we have a dimension, all the dimensions are gone. Again, we have these two constraints. This is known as a parallel constraint. Now, if you want, you can select it. Now I just deleted it right now. So what is line command? Line command is basically used to creating a line or a straight line, which we can easily able to create it. So for this, we needed 2 points. Point first, I am selecting it. Second point, I can create it first, second. Any of the drawing you can create it, and I close it. Press the middle mouse scroller button for the exiting the command C. I just creating a random drawing. Okay. For zoom in, zoom out, you can just scroll the button forward for zoom out, in for zoom in. So again, this command is used to create the zoom in or a refit into your display space. Let's suppose if I just zoom in like that, and I can't be able to find what is the end size and I want to zoom in a lot. For this, I just select the refit command and bang, it just came here. If you want to zoom in for a particular part, selected it, you can zoom in. If you want to zoom out, selected it, you can easily able to zoom in or zoom out. Now, we got it, how we can create a line command. This is option is known as a line chain. In this, we need a 2 point to creating a line. That's it. Now again, we have a next command called a line tangent command. For this, we need to see that how we can create a circle or an arc. And on this particular circle or an arc, if we want to create a line, with the help of this command, we can do it. So we are just skipping it and move to the next command. This command is known as a rectangle command. If you want to create a rectangle here, you can easily able to create it with the help of a line. Okay. You need to select a first point. You need to select the end point. Similarly, first, end, like that. You can create the rectangle. But it is a little bit time taking process for creating a rectangle here. So for this, we have an option called rectangle command. If I just selected it, we need to specify the lower left corner of a rectangle. We need to specify the upper right corner of a rectangle. If I just selected it, we need to select the scroller button once. See, my rectangle is created. If you want, you can modify the dimension also, because this all the dimension are right now in the weak dimension. You can modify it. So we have a different types of commands also in the rectangle one. Yes, we have a, let's suppose if you want to create a rectangle into a certain angle, you can easily able to create it into a certain angle also. Similarly, if you want to create a center rectangle, you need a center point and you need to create like that only. You can easily able to create it. This type of rectangle is mostly used, we are using to creating a drawing. And whether we want to create any kind of a rectangle, we are mostly use these two type of a rectangle. First one is a 2 corner rectangle and another one is a center point rectangle. Similarly, we have a parallelogram. If we want to create a parallelogram, we need to just select a first point, select the end point, and select the third point. That's it. We can create a parallelogram also. So this is all the commands are come under the rectangle team. Similarly, we have a circle command. In the circle command, we have a 4 type of a circle. First one is a center point circle. We need to select a center point. We need to select the radius or the diameter. We can easily able to create it. Similarly, we have a concentric circle. For creating a concentric circle, we need a one circle previously. Okay. See, if I just select a concentric circle, this is a second circle. And if I want to try to create a circle here, it won't allow me to create it. For this, we need a first circle. So I just select a circle. See, I can create a multiple concentric circle. So what is the meaning of a concentric circle? The circle which the center points are lying into a same point is known as a concentric circles. So if you want to create like that pattern, you need to select a concentric circle, and by the taking of a reference of a first circle, you just create a number of a circle. Similarly, we have a 3 point circle. If I want to create a circle with the help of a 3 point, we need to select a first point, second point, and by the taking of a reference of this third point, it just creating a circle. Similarly, it is a little bit difficult for me to creating a point here. So for that scenario, I just selected these 3 points. With the help of a point command, I just created this 3 point, and I wanted a circle should be passing through these 3 points. I just select a 3-point circle, first, second, third. We got this 3-point circle. Similarly, we have a last option is known as a tangential circle or three tangent circle. As a name show, we need a three circle for creating that circle. And these three circles are the tangents of that circle. So I just select this tangent of a first circle, selecting this tangent of a second circle, and selecting this tangent of a third circle. See, it's just creating me a big circle by the taking of a reference of this circle tangent, this circle tangent, and this circle tangent. So this is all the type of a circle which we are using in the Creo parametric. Now, in the sketching tool, we have a next command called an arc command. Similarly, in the arc, we have a three types of arc. First is known as a 3-point arc. In this 3-point arc, we need to create a 3 points as like a circle one also. This is my first point, second point. And by the taking of a reference of this third point, it just creates me an arc. So this type of arc is known as a 3-point arc. Now, can we create a circle with the help of arc? Answer is no. We can't be able to create it because a arc is a object which is not closing end, is known as arc. So I want to create a point. I am selecting a first point. I am selecting a second point, and I want that the third point should be a tangent of this arc. Can we able to do it? Yes, we can able to do it. Now, similarly, we have another type of arc is known as a center end arc. So I just select a point. We need to create a center point. End point of arc. See, we can easily able to create arc. Similarly, by the help of a middle mouse button, we can easily able to move our arc. Now, we have a third type of arc is known as a tangent arc. For this, again, we need a tangent, selecting a first tangent, selecting a second tangent, selecting a third tangent. First, second, and selecting that third tangent. See. By the taking of a tangent has a reference, it just creates an arc. But what is happened here, it won't be able to take the tangent of this circle. See, it is not extended to that. If I just extend this line, it just creates a tangent. So that's why it's just taking a reference of that, this, and this, and creating arc. Similarly, we have a concentric arc also. For this, again, we need a concentric point of a circle or arc is the center point. So it just creating n number of arc but concentric manner. Similarly, if I want a conic section, we need to select these points. We can easily able to create a conic sections also. So hope you all are get it till now. If you have any doubt and if you want more clarity, you can just comment it. Now, we are moved to the sketching tool. Next command is known as the ellipse command. In the ellipse, we have two options. First one is the axis and ellipse. We need to select the first point. We need to select the end point. That's it. Just creating an ellipse. We doesn't need to select a major axis, minor axis. We are just selecting these two, selecting that point C. It's automatic detected that this is the first point, this is the second point, this is the third point, because it is a center ellipse. Now, we have a center axis ellipse. We need to select a first point, major axis, minor axis. That's it. It's just creating an ellipse. Now, okay, fine. We want to create a line. Okay, we have a command. If we want to create a straight line, we have a command. But if I want to create a continuous line, but the shape is uneven, for this, we have this line. It just creating me a line, but the shape is uneven. Like that, similarly that. Okay, so this is a line, but the shape is uneven. We can easily able to create it. So we have a next option which we left previously. It is known as a line tangent. So for the tangent, we need a circle, but we don't have a circle. We have a ellipse. Can we create a line? Answer is yes, we can create a line. See here. By the taking of a reference of this ellipse has a tangent, it just creating a line. Similarly, if I just select this ellipse and select that, see what is happening. Why it's not creating me a line? So reason is that because this is a line command. We only able to create a tangential line because the command name is a tangent line or a line tangent. So we need a tangent to creating a line. But as I told you that this is a spline. Spline is an uneven shaped line which is used to creating a uneven shape of the objects and all these things we can create with the help of a spline. Now we have a next command is known as fillets, chamfer, text, offset, pattern. Rest of the things we can continue on the next lecture. Hope you all are able to get it and update me if you have any doubt, any kind of a updation is required. Just